In this video, we're going to show how to replace the damper, the oil damper, on the front fork of a Trike Defender or Positron. So, for you to understand how it works, this side here, the left side of the vehicle, has a damper, okay, and this side has a spring. So we're gonna work on this side here because we have to replace this part inside because it went bad. What went bad? It started leaking oil and then it lose its function. So it's not controlling the bounce here. Okay. You will need some tools. You need a 6 and a 5, 6 millimeters and 5. You may need a snipper. I'm using a different 5 here to be faster, and then I will explain why I use this, but you don't need it. And also you will need like a wire, like a thick wire hook or hanger. So we'll show why. So I will show how the damper works first. Okay, this part of the damper, that's the rod, it extends, so it compresses easily, but when it extends like there's a resistance, the oil will be going through the valves. So it should compress easy, and this is a good damper. If it's not good, you will see that it will move back and forth without resistance. So the front fork will be bouncy. Okay, so this is why I use this tool, basically to pull this thing and move it up and down. So I will start by putting the trike against the table here. Okay, lock the steering, lock the rear brakes, and lean the trike against the table. So I'm placing the trike on the table. You can kind of adjust, but lock the rear brake. Okay, so I have access to the front fork. I will start by, you can see here, it has oil, marks here because it's leaking. Okay, so we'll start by removing these two bolts, okay, with the 6 millimeter. One, two, and next step, with these two bolts, 5 millimeters. This is what holds the caliper bracket to because we are working inside of this leg. So we remove this one. So okay, so this is off the leg. We'll work here now on the motor. Other side here, the same thing. So before I pull the wheel from the fork, we're gonna use that wire to hang the motor, because of it will be connected to this power cable here. So we need something to hold it. So I'll pull the key washers. My case here is a prototype, so it's a little different. So here's the motor. Don't lose these parts. And I can put it here through the brake rotor, you know. So it will be dangling in a good way. So here you see that when we remove these two bolts, I can spin this. So you have only this part, and one way to test it, you see, this is still good. Okay, I think the oil that we see here is a different thing. I was playing with using oil inside of the motors, and the motors were kind of spilling oil, and this is basically what happens when, or you have oil on the floor. It's coming from here, from the bottom, because when this thing bursts, the oil will come down and puddle on this part here and start dripping. So how we remove this? So it's very easy. We have two bolts. One on the bottom is the same bolt. Okay, this is the bottom one, is what connects to the, basically to this part here, and the top one connects to the top of the rod. Okay, you see it's a weird angle here. This is why sometimes you have to use the L wrench depending on the model. Okay, so now everything is loose. You just pull this part out. Okay, here's the part. This is just grease around it. Don't worry. So this, on my case here, this is still a good damper. Like I prove it. I was showing here, but basically it's the same thing. You can test. Yeah, this is still a good one. So let's reinstall. Pay attention to this. The rod has like two flat parts here. Inside of on this aluminum part here, there's a slot that this will go, and is in this direction, okay, to the front of the vehicle. So what I would say, when you're installing, you want to pull this all the way out. You see this slot, you want it vertical. You will put it there, and you will feel when the slot is, it's engaged on the slot. Get the bolt. Okay. You can tighten a little bit. Later we'll finish. And get this back again in place. Just a little detail here. When you're inserting, this top seal will go past this, and they are tight to each other. So you have to be patient on how it goes. So you don't want to damage the seal. So now also you have to make sure that it goes aligned. Okay. And now I can see the thread. Don't lose this. There's a washer here, or a little bushing. I have to clean this. Okay, there's a little bushing that goes there. You see? And then you have the bolt. So we just replace the part. Okay, now you said sometimes you have to use this L and tighten worked well. Okay, test. Okay, you see that this side here is the spring side. So they are different. Now you have kind of get them the same height, more or less, so you can engage those bolts. So you can move it up and down until you find the alignment. I'll install bolts. Okay, leave it a little loose, don't torque yet. We'll torque after we put the wheel in place. Okay, let's put the wheel back. So I just want to show you that I was not lying about there's some oil coming from inside of the motor, because I filled this motor with the ATF oil, and it works, but the seal or here the oil will come out and get in the brake. That's not a good thing. Okay, so don't forget the spacers. Both sides, I had spacer on both sides. Okay, in this case here I have something different. The key washer goes in the inside, but it's not the case. So I had to cut because I was struggling with the washer here. Okay, so you will tighten the axle bolt here. Okay. So what I'm doing here, kind of holding the trike and just testing the suspension and moving a little bit so they kind of level and sync. Now this is holding them together. Now we're gonna tighten the bridge. All this is for, we want them to slide without restriction. So we want a really good torque on these bolts. Okay. Good. So next step is to connect this back there. So first to go the rotor through the pads, try to align visually here, get one bolt, and you will have to find that thread. So once you find one, the other one is easy. You can always move in and out. So don't need to adjust the brake, because the brake is already adjusted. We didn't lose these two bolts. Also, we are using all the same spacers. You can see the rotor is free, and we just replaced the oil damper here.